action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help. No one to blame but yourself. You should have known better, however you did it. So we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a ward, wait until I score. Make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on fours, put in work like a chore. Till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they wanna give them more, when I touch down.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Carolina Panthers. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. He'll complete this one to Watson. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Lions will take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
There's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From midfield, here's Mahomes. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. To the 36-yard line. Stop there. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Kamara. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now on 2nd and 13. Fields. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. A little juke. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Kamara trying the right side. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll get this out to Kamara. And some room to work. Down the left sideline. Touchdown. Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, this defense for the Lions, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Fields. He'll check this down to Hines. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They run with Hines. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Fields. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Now it's Fields. And that will be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. On the return, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And Kamara with a carry there on first down as he works his way forward for a pickup of 4.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mahomes going to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Hey, 43, 15.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And connecting here with DJ Chark. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now it's Hines. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Here's Hines. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you coming up at halftime. Charles, you want a way to enhance your Saturday?
I do.
I know you do. I've got the thing just for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Fields. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Fields. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Look at the big man rumble past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Zuerlein now for the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Lions 24, Panthers 9.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken at about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Johnson to return it. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Mahomes now on 1st down. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. So maybe some signs of life. This has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Good footwork at the 30. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start the second half with Kamara. No gain on the play there. Second down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dominique Robinson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Now Charles dealing with a third and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This is Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The fullback dive held up short, and the Lions will take over. They start the drive on the ground, Kamara, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
3rd quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Checking things elsewhere. 3rd quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And make it a 2-touchdown advantage now for the Giants. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. Yeah, that's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hines able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
2nd and 10 now, third quarter from Charlotte.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on E! The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On second down, Kamara.
74 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now here's Mahomes. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That gain on third down, good for 28.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Fields throw brought in by Watson. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Steps away to his left. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, Mahomes. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Mahomes. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon, as he ran off the field after.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian Watson.
63 yards.
And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass. Up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. Down 2 scores, out of timeouts, a must recover if they're going to have any shot. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done,